In DreamWorks' animated film Shrek 2, the Fairy Godmother is a key antagonist whose ultimate fate has been the subject of much speculation among fans. She appears to meet her end after a spell intended for Shrek is deflected back at her by King Harold's armor, causing her to burst into bubbles. However, this scene leaves room for multiple interpretations, suggesting that her death might not be as final as it seems. Let's explore several theories that propose how the Fairy Godmother could have survived, considering her powerful nature, her intentions, and the subsequent events in the Shrek franchise. The first theory hinges on the nature of the spell itself. When the Fairy Godmother casts the spell at Shrek, it bounces off King Harold's armor and hits her instead. The immediate result is her transformation into bubbles, which many interpret as her death. However, it's possible that the spell wasn't designed to be lethal. Instead, it might have been intended to incapacitate or transport Shrek. This could be demonstrated by things such as the Fairy Godmother's initial reaction, as when the spell is deflected back at her, the Fairy Godmother doesn't show much fear or panic. Her expression is more of surprise than terror, which suggests that she might have known the spell wouldn't kill her. Also, the spells of the Fairy Godmother don't seem to have the power of killing throughout the movie, as in Shrek 2, we see various magical effects caused by her, none of which are explicitly lethal. The Fairy Godmother's magic tends to be transformative or manipulative rather than destructive. If the spell wasn't meant to kill Shrek but rather to transport him or render him harmless, it's plausible that its impact on the Fairy Godmother had a similar non-lethal effect. She could have been transported to another realm or placed in a state of magical stasis, explaining the burst of bubbles as a side effect rather than evidence of death. The Fairy Godmother is established as an incredibly powerful being within the Shrek universe. Her extensive knowledge of magic and spells implies she might have had safeguards against magical attacks, even accidental ones from her own wand. The Fairy Godmother is shown to have control over powerful magic, including the ability to alter reality and grant wishes. It's reasonable to assume she would have protective measures against hostile magic. Her lack of fear when the spell is deflected back at her indicates confidence in her abilities to survive or counteract the spell. Also, given her status in magical prowess, it's conceivable that the Fairy Godmother had preventive enchantments to protect herself from such accidents. These protections could have either nullified the spell's lethal effects or transported her to a safe location, leaving behind the bubble effect as a decoy. In Shrek the Third, Prince Charming is seen mourning his mother, indicating that he believes she is truly dead. However, this belief could be based on a misunderstanding or misinformation. There is no concrete evidence presented in Shrek the Third that confirms the Fairy Godmother's death beyond Charming's belief. This leaves room for interpretation. Another possibility is that the spell cast by the Fairy Godmother was intended to erase memories rather than kill. Her ultimate goal was to separate Shrek and Fiona, thereby removing obstacles to her son's claim to the throne. The spell was cast when Shrek and Fiona were close together. Erasing their memories of each other would have achieved the Fairy Godmother's goal more effectively than killing Shrek and Fiona at the same time. Her previous actions show she prefers manipulation over outright violence, using potions and spells to achieve her ends without resorting to murder. If the spell was designed to erase memories and transport targets rather than kill, it might have had an unintended effect when deflected. This could mean the Fairy Godmother ended up somewhere else, with the bubble transformation serving as a visual distraction, and possibly with her having no memories of who she was. The theories presented here offer multiple perspectives on the Fairy Godmother's fate, whether through the non-lethal nature of the spell, her own magical safeguards, a misunderstanding by Prince Charming, memory-altering intentions, or even timeline alterations. Each theory provides plausible explanations for her survival. The ambiguity of her fate in Shrek 2 allows fans to speculate and imagine various scenarios where the Fairy Godmother continues to exist, adding depth and intrigue to the Shrek universe. Follow me if you want to watch more funny videos like this one.